grow for life. You decide how much and where, and Advanced Hair does the rest. I'm speaking from personal experience. The results have been truly life-changing, and Advanced Hair has helped tens of thousands of folks just like you and me. It's why world-class Dr. Ferungo and Advanced Hair are the winners of the 425 Business of the Year. So celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get 250 free hair grafts and $250 off. Schedule your free consultation at 425-449-8185. See what meeting your New Year's resolution could look like with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com. Trouble with your diesel pickup truck? Tom Turner knows where to go.
Plateau Diesel Performance in Enumclaw, that's the place to have it fixed. One of the best diesel pickup techs in the world.
PlateauDiesel.com.
Hi, this is Brian Ott, host of Long-Term Care Radio. You know, one of the best ways to protect your retirement savings and your loved ones is with a long-term care insurance plan. And our plans guarantee a benefit regardless of your outcome. We like to call it win, lose, or draw. Win means you live a nice long life and you never need care. Our plans will pay you back more than your premiums in this case. Lose is when you need long-term care services. Our plans offer up to a lifetime of coverage so you will never run out of tax-free dollars to pay for care. And draw.
Continuing to battle the blazes burning throughout Southern California, and the Santa Ana winds are expected to complicate the fight, says LA County Fire Chief Anthony Maroney.
These winds, combined with dry air and dry vegetation, will keep the fire threat in Los Angeles County high.
Officials updating progress on the Palisades fire say 426 homes have been destroyed by that fire alone. Across the region, more than 12,000 structures have been destroyed or damaged, and at least 11 people have been killed. Winter weather is iced over the southern U.S. Crews in Georgia working to restore power. There are now more than 40,000 without power. That's following a winter storm that coated the area with ice. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says troops have captured 2 North Korean soldiers. They're the first North Korean soldiers captured since North Korea sent troops in support of Russia. This is ABC News.
97.7 FM and AM 1000. All news, all the time. For Seattle, Tacoma, Bellevue, and beyond. The Northwest's only all-news station.
Clouds around Seattle is dry and calm waters. I'm looking at Elliott Bay here. I'm Mark Christopher. Now to give you the latest here in the 24/7 Northwest News Center. To give you an idea how big some of these fires are. Doing the math right now on the 37 acres here at the Palisades fire. They pretty much have been destroyed with the blaze rolling through and headed to the north. That's the size of the city limits of the city of Tacoma, to give you an idea here. Other stories we want to make sure you know of. A deadly crash last night in Kent. Many are asking about. It was a long-term closure, you're going to bet, for an investigation. This was at South 124th Street and Kent Canley Road. Debris scattered over the roadway, indicating perhaps speed involved, as the distance was quite a ways from the cars involved. Police were at the scene about 8 o'clock. Fire crews on the scene right away found one car on fire. They reported one person with life-threatening injuries, where it's unclear if that is the person who died. The memorial for the Metro bus driver who was stabbed to death was held on Friday. A convoy of 100 buses made its way through downtown during the morning hours to honor 59-year-old Sean Yim. Mitch Spencer is a supervisor at Metro.
Every holiday, Sean would be the first to text, Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, or Happy New Year. This year that text didn't come.
Yim was stabbed to death December 18th following an argument over an open window on the bus with a passenger. That passenger, by the way, the suspect, was frequently on that bus. The memorial was at WAMU Theater at Lewin Field Event Center. So many people were there, and parking, the actual service was delayed. He had a lot of friends. Back to the wildfires that continue to rage in LA County. Seattle Humane opening its doors to help out with all of the displaced pets that we're hearing about. Seattle Humane joining with Wings of Rescue and Paws for Life Canine Rescue to get those pets from the LA area shelters and bring them to Seattle on a rescue flight. Last I heard, they were going to accept about 60 pets here at the beginning. LA shelters just looking to make room for displaced pets so they can, or eventually, of course, reunite with families here after the fires have calmed down. Time right now at 8:34 here at Northwest News, and even on weekends, no other station has more traffic than us right here. Get you the latest we have. It's been a busy time, and then a calm time for moments here as we get an update right now. Brian got some notes to share. Go ahead, Brian.
Mark, as the sun comes up, things are starting to get a little more crowded on the roadways, but still nothing really to worry about in terms of traffic volume or anything getting in your way this morning on the major roadways around the area. Traffic's running along just fine on I-5 crossing Lake Washington between the two. I do want to give you a heads up if you're taking ferries this weekend that one of the ferries, one of the larger capacity ferries, is out of service for maintenance for the next month or so, and that's resulted in some reshuffling and putting some smaller ferries on what would normally have larger ferry boats to handle the capacity of the routes. This is especially affecting the Bremerton Ferry and the Bainbridge Island Ferry. So keep that in mind. Schedules are normal, everything's running on schedule this morning, but you definitely want to keep that in mind that you may have to wait a little bit longer if there's a lot of folks lined up to take the ferry just because they can't fit quite as much on the boat as they typically do until that bigger boat gets back in service. That's Northwest Traffic. I'm Brian White.
Now for the forecast, the latest we have for you, sponsored by Northwest Coast Bay Services. There's Don in the Coastal Weather Center, and what he's thinking.
We'll get some sun breaks this afternoon around western Washington. Our highs today topping out in the mid to upper 40s. A cooling trend Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Dry though. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine. Highs in the mid 40s on Sunday, and then low 40s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with morning fog and low clouds followed by afternoon sun breaks. Overnight lows though down below freezing. In the Como Weather Center, there's on Como News.
Right now, getting a temperature of 42 in Everett, some clouds still around there. Tacoma at 38, so yeah, it is a bit cool. 39 current temperature in Seattle. And again, the water is pretty calm here. Not much wind expected today or tomorrow, if that helps you with your choices of what boat to get out. If you think I'm going to put boating, what's Mark talking about? Year-round boating. One of the few places you can do it here. Of course, you just need a bigger coat. But again, for sailing, doesn't look like much wind all weekend long here. Temperature right now in Seattle, we'll call it 39. Other stories that we have to share this morning. 4 people found dead inside a Graham home on New Year's Eve. 2 victims discovered in a freezer more than 5 months after they were last seen. It's quite a story. And how investigators were able to get a break in this case and find a suspect, and what they learned of the suspect. Ryan Sims, Como 4.
Elements that helped authorities crack this case open was one of the victims' love of his truck. That's because they say he was always in this driveway working on that truck. Then, though, he wasn't seen for many months, and then comes the news and really the shock of seeing a repo agent towing that truck away. As soon as that happened, neighbors say they knew something was terribly wrong. More than a week after 4 people were discovered dead in this home, deputies now strongly believe it was a murder-suicide.
That people are experiencing that and whatever transpired before, it's just heartbreaking, honestly.
We now know who the victims were. 68-year-old William Vossler and his wife, 66-year-old Eileen Vossler. Deputies believe they were both beaten and stabbed by their adult son Shane back in July and then stuffed in a freezer. In the months since, neighbors say they had no idea any of it happened.
It's just so quiet. Kids playing and, no one's yelling, there's no fighting.
According to the search warrant, months passed before Shane eventually took his own life inside this home as well, all as his parents were still in that freezer. Also dead inside, Shane's 34-year-old girlfriend who'd been shot. An investigation is now underway to find out her manner of death. Neighbors tell Como they saw Shane handing out candy to trick-or-treaters on Halloween, meaning he lived alongside his dead parents for at least 3 months.
Well, of course, Ryan Sims with the story there for us here. Getting back to the firestorm in California here, a new mandatory evacuation was ordered last night here among the fires there. Preston Phillips, Como 4, saying a fire direction heading north and what area lies in its path. Of course, we're speaking of the Palisades fire.
Toward the neighborhood of Mandeville Canyon, where there are more large homes there. That area was previously under an evacuation order and a warning. Getty Center in Los Angeles is in the area of that evacuation zone. The blazes burning around Los Angeles County have now claimed at least 11 lives and have destroyed more than 12,000 structures. Of the multiple fires burning in the area, the Palisades fire remains the largest and is still only 8% contained.
A fight among a group of teenagers spiraled into a fatal stabbing in Tukwila yesterday. Tukwila police saying they got a call at about 911 about juveniles attacking each other at the intersection of Tukwila International Boulevard and 144th Street. Officers responding, they're finding one person stabbed. Police do not believe the stabbing incident was random. Officers performed life-saving efforts on the victim and until Puget Sound Fire Department arrived and took over. The injured youth succumbed to his injuries despite efforts and was pronounced dead. His age has not been released, but a police spokesperson described him as a juvenile. Due to police activity in the area, Foster High School and Showalter Middle School were placed on a brief lockdown as a precautionary measure. Last we checked here, no arrests so far. It's 8:38 right now here at Northwest News. The retailer Macy's announcing it will close 66 non-go-forward stores, they're calling them, including 3 here in Western Washington. The following 3 Macy's locations in Western Washington will close, according to Macy's here. South Hill Mall in Puyallup going out of business sale expected to occur in the first quarter here of the new year. We got Macy's Furniture Gallery in Redmond, Macy's Kitsap Mall, Silverdale on the list. Macy's reported that a majority of the 66 locations expected to close at some point during the first quarter of the new year here. The retailer said the closures are part of what they call the Bold New Chapter strategy, which was announced in February. This last year, Macy's continues to say in their media release that people have endless options when it comes to where and how they shop, and that Macy's customers expect seamless shopping experiences and continuous improvements, both in-store and online, to meet those expectations. 840, Northwest News, FM 97.7, AM 1000. Don't forget, we've got an app. You can find everything you need at nwnewsradio.com. Now for sports, Eric Heinz gives us an update here in the Beacon Plumbing Sports Desk.
The NFL playoffs kick off this weekend. The Houston Texans will host the LA Chargers today. That's a 1:30 kickoff on CBS. Then the Baltimore Ravens host the Pittsburgh Steelers at 5 o'clock tonight on Amazon Prime. On Sunday, the Broncos will face the Bills in Buffalo. The Packers take on the Eagles in Philadelphia, and Washington will play the Buccaneers in Tampa. The Kraken in the season often find themselves having to stop a losing skid as opposed to extend a win streak. That's their situation today as they face the Buffalo Sabres in upstate New York. After a 6-2 loss to Columbus on Thursday, they've lost 4 straight games. Oliver Bjorkstrand says too many mistakes are adding up.
I think it's a lot of plays that can be avoided. So, yeah, we got to straighten it up. But that's just, we got to look ourselves in the mirror and just find a way to make better plays more often.
Game time is 1 o'clock today on Kong TV and Amazon Prime. In college hoop, Washington State hosts Gonzaga today, and Washington plays Michigan on the road Sunday. Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery are calling off their plans to launch their sports streaming service, Venue. They first announced Venue in February, saying it was meant to combine all 3 companies' live sports assets. Sports at 10 and 40 past the hour. Eric Heinz, Northwest News Radio.
Whether you're moving into a fixer-upper or maybe you've been in your home for decades, sometimes the hardest decision you have to make on a whole house remodel is where to start. Kim Shepard here, and I'm no expert, but I've been through my fair share of home updates. And for quick and dramatic results, I always like to start in the bathroom with Keller Kitchen and Bath Showrooms. Keller's design experts can walk you through all of their award-winning fixtures, tubs, showers, sinks, faucets, vanities, even smart home tech from Kohler. Once they get to know your taste, they can help you make those tough design decisions and do whatever they can to make your bath remodel go smoothly. Whether you're planning to do the work yourself or you're working with a contractor, check out the unique hardware options, luxurious tiles, stunning countertops, and of course the bold look of Kohler at Keller Kitchen and Bath. Keller's where the pros go to buy wholesale, and it's open to you too. Touchless faucet, self-filling smart tub, temperature-controlled shower, you've got it all at Keller Kitchen and Bath Showroom. Schedule your design consultation today at KellerShowcase.com. That's KellerShowcase.com.
Retirement planning is about more than just saving money. You need a plan for the money you accumulate, and that plan needs to be focused on the right goals. Most people don't have that kind of retirement plan. That's why even the rich end up forced into institutional care when their health fails. Give yourself a gift. Make 2025 the year that you create a real plan for retirement. One that delivers the kind of life you want, even if you get sick. Avoid the nursing home. Avoid going broke paying for care. Avoid burdening your family. More than 8,000 people in the Seattle area have created this kind of retirement plan. Attend a free seminar with elder law attorney Rajiv Nagayach, and you can too.
There's a free retirement planning seminar with attorney Rajiv Nagayach near you. Puyallup on January 11th. Lacey on January 18th. To register, visit lifepointlaw.com or call 253-838-3454. That's lifepointlaw.com or 253-838-3454. If you want a stunning open kitchen or a better design with a lot more storage, let Sound Kitchen and Bath create the kitchen of your dreams. Go to soundkitchenandbath.com today. Soundkitchenandbath.com.
So why are we running an ad for retirement when it's about to sell out?
Because we're doing the right thing to help everyone know about this terrific event.
Even though it's probably going to sell out.
Well, yeah, but where else can you get Paul Merriman, Joe Saul, C. High, Kevin Peterson, Apollo Pescu,
Roxy Button or her wife, Don McDonald, to be there too, which is maybe why it's going to sell out. I think probably because you get info on retirement income, portfolio design, Medicare, estate planning, consumer advice. It's an amazing day. So basically, since it's going to sell out, people better hurry and go to retiremeet.com to get their tickets because it's going to sell out. It's coming up on Saturday, February 8th at the Mayflower Center in Bellevue, and the aforementioned website is the place to get tickets. Still available for the moment. That's Saturday, the 8th of February, retiremeet.com.
And the sandwiches, man, they're great. Go get them. But they're going to sell out. It's retiremeet.com. retiremeet.com before it sells out. Yeah, if you're in need of a traffic update, nobody else has more traffic than we do right here. Active reports here at Northwest News. Brian White on duty with these notes to share.
Market's still smooth sailing across most of the area right now. I-5 and I-405 running without a problem on either side of Lake Washington. Keep in mind the Kraken are playing a 1 o'clock game this afternoon, and that means that there's going to be more traffic than usual around Climate Pledge, probably starting about 11:30. If you're heading to the game, you pretty much know what to expect at this point, but if you're not heading to the game, you probably want to stay away from the area around Climate Pledge anytime after about 11 o'clock this morning, just to make sure you don't get caught in an unexpected traffic jam. Meanwhile, things don't look too bad right now elsewhere around the area. You're heading up into the mountains. You've got a lot of company with you, but it's all moving okay. Just keep in mind that there are traction tires advised in all 3 of the major mountain passes this morning, and there is some slush on the road, although it really doesn't look too bad in any of the major passes in terms of road conditions. That's Northwest Traffic. I'm Brian White.
And a forecast sponsored by Northwest Crawl Space Services. Light wind all for the weekend. I'm looking at the waters of the Elliott Bay right now. Just not glass, but no chop whatsoever. It's going to be a nice day here. Whatever light showers around this morning, moving away into a partly cloudy day. High today about 47 for Seattle. Overnight lows in the upper 30s. We'll do the same for tomorrow. Enjoy some nice sunshine at times here. Mid-40s tomorrow. Over the next several nights, temperatures dropping down to the mid-30s, even colder. Looks like no chance of rain until maybe Friday of next week.
The Northwest's only all-news station, News Radio 97.7 FM and AM 1000, where the News Watch never stops.
Now, watch on sports, too. Meant to mention here, college football, number 8 Ohio State beat number 5 Texas to advance to the CFP National Championship. Final score 28-14. And what was the last semifinal matchup of the tournament with the Cotton Bowl? On Friday, the Buckeyes will face number 7 Notre Dame in the national title game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, also on January 20th, which is inauguration for President-elect Donald Trump, and also awareness that day here for holiday for Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. All right, New Orleans officials, speaking of sports, expecting confidence in their security plans for next month's Super Bowl and then Mardi Gras events as well. This just days after 14 people died in a French Quarter terror attack. Amid questions over security lapses right now, Mayor Latoya Cantrell at a Friday press conference sharing this.
Our unified command has been working for over 2 years now on plans and activations in preparation for Super Bowl 59. So we know that we're ready.
Okay, back to team coverage. We're watching here with all the firestorm still in California. Firefighters in Los Angeles stretched thin, fighting multiple wildfires and have claimed the lives of at least 11 now. That number expected to go up. Of course, damages and destroyed structures now at 12,000. When you think of all the homes and businesses, tens of thousands of acres scorched as well. More than 180,000 residents remain evacuated. Brentwood resident Josh Kashani is under a mandatory evacuation order. He shared with local TV, KABC, about the utter devastation he's seen.
It's truly like a horror movie, you know. The images that are slowly starting to come out are things that just, they don't look real, and they are. And it's going to be the new normal in what we're dealing with.
Yeah, some of us around Puget Sound wonder just how big are these fires. Last we checked, the measurement here at Palisades fire at 37,000 acres. You ready? That's the size of the city of Tacoma. The California fires are impacting, again, so many communities there in the state, wiping out multi-million-dollar homes in Pacific Palisades and Malibu. Now, growing concerns, again, water supply issues that firefighters have had to deal with.
A local fire captain telling ABC News that when a structure with a sprinkler system burns down, that water from that system continues to flow, impacting the water supply and losing pressure for those firefighters. In addition, we're learning that a nearby 117 million gallon reservoir, it was taken offline for repairs before the fires. Governor Newsom is demanding an investigation into the water issue.
Again, there's an update there from ABC's Jacqueline Lee in Malibu. And of course, course, everybody watching social media with so much video and pictures taken there from residents and superstars of all sort here. One picture getting a lot of attention showing firefighters at one area there where they can't use the fire hydrant, so the hose is not usable, but people are saying they're using women's purses and filling them with water to put out spotty fires. Actually, standard equipment for firefighters there in California and elsewhere is that they have these leather pouches, maybe equivalent to a 5-gallon bucket, so they can put out a spotty fire. So I don't think they raided somebody's closet to find a purse. They're doing what they can every which way to put fires out. Watching the growing list here of firefighters from so many different areas coming to California. We have firefighters now coming in from Mexico. We know there's quite a few fire districts that are participating here from Oregon, here in Washington, the list growing. I did see Central Mason County sending firefighters. They're going right to Palisades. And then we've also got a bunch from the shoreline area. And of course, I don't have the current list, but thank you to all the firefighters, men and women, making that commitment for your brothers there in California. I mean, this is just so devastating to watch. It is 8:50, Northwest News. 20 and 50 past the hour. Good chance even on weekends to look at your money and business news headlines. How about a wrap to Wall Street right now? Looking at the week, Dave Packer with these to share.
From ABC News, Wall Street Weekend. A strong jobs report Friday led to a stock sell-off, with investors worried about the future of interest rate cuts. A strong December jobs report is good for workers, but it could also keep upward pressure on inflation with a strong economy. That could lead the Federal Reserve to pull back on the interest rate cuts that Wall Street wants. TikTok literally had its day in court Friday. The Supreme Court heard arguments on a law that would ban TikTok in the U.S. starting January 19th unless the platform is sold by its Chinese-based parent company. At issue, national security versus free speech. January 27th is the official start of the 2025 tax season. The IRS expects more than 140 million tax returns to be filed by April 15th. The Justice Department is suing to block a proposed merger between American Express Global Business Travel Group and CWT Holdings. The U.S. alleges the $570 million deal would eliminate competition in business travel management. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Coming to the Emerald Queen Casino Event Center, Thursday night, March 13th. It's Keith Sweat. The legendary R&B artist, Keith Sweat. Get your tickets while they last at EmeraldQueen.com. Don't miss Keith Sweat, March 13th at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. 21 and older, need gambling help, call 800-547-6133 or visit EmeraldQueen.com.
It's a new year and we want to look and feel our best. If stubborn fat is taken away from your positivity, goals, and self-confidence, listen to this. Introducing the simple one-day solution, ProSculpt. The treatment everyone continues to rave about. ProSculpt uses air-assisted technology that's safe and gentle, yet powerful, delivering instant, fat-reducing, and skin-tightening results. Performed by board-certified plastic surgeons, while fully awake, ProSculpt contours your body with minimal downtime. Designed to target problem areas like waistline, face, neck, arms, and thighs. No need for gimmicky lasers or fat-freezing methods. ProSculpt is one and done. ProSculpt gently removes unwhitening this new year. It's ProSculpt.com.
Hey, Don McDonald from Talking Real Money. Looking for a source of honest financial help? While I am obviously biased, I think you'll find that Talking Real Money is just what you're looking for. Every Saturday at noon, live on Northwest News Radio, my co-host Tom and I tell the truth about saving and investing based on decades of academic research, not a bunch of dubious hunches or mysterious premonitions. So listen live on Saturdays at noon, anytime on your favorite podcast service or at TalkingRealMoney.com.
Northwest News Radio. How about the traffic for you? Eric White along to the right here. Eric White. How about Brian White? Sorry, Brian. It's been a long morning. Brian's watching the roads. He does it for us every Saturday. What do you got for us?
Market's still smooth sailing across most of the area right now. I-5 and I-405 running without a problem on either side of Lake Washington. Keep in mind that the Kraken are playing a 1 o'clock game this afternoon, and that means that there's going to be more traffic than usual around Climate Pledge, probably starting about 11:30. If you're heading to the game, you pretty much know what to expect at this point, but if you're not heading to the game, you probably want to stay away from the area around Climate Pledge anytime after about 11 o'clock this morning, just to make sure you don't get caught in an unexpected traffic jam. Meanwhile, things don't look too bad right now. Elsewhere around the area, you're heading up into the mountains. You've got a lot of company with you, but it's all moving okay. Just keep in mind that there are traction tires advised in all 3 of the major mountain passes this morning, and there is some slush on the road, although it really doesn't look too bad in any of the major passes in terms of road conditions. That's Northwest Traffic. I'm Brian White.
Hey, let's look at the weather forecast here for this Saturday. I always like to say Saturday rather than the weekend because Saturday makes you think, oh, yeah. And then I got a Sunday. It's going to be such a long, nice weekend. Forecast, Northwest Crawl Space Services.